Stop saying arrivederci all the time. Here are 15 equally popular phrases to use instead. Andiamo! Arrivederci isn't the only way to say goodbye in Italian. In fact, there are 15 equally popular terms and phrases that locals use to say goodbye in Italian that will expand your vocabulary and make you sound more natural and more Italiano. Also, did you know that arrivederci literally means until we see each other again? Now don't let the learning stop here. To continue practicing, make sure you download your free PDF cheat sheet for this lesson, which you'll find a link to in the description below this video. Pronti? Are you ready? Cominciamo. Let's get started. The first way to say goodbye in Italian is
Ciao.
ciao. Now this means both hi and bye, and it's an informal Italian greeting. Ciao is a versatile Italian greeting because you can say it when you meet your friends and when you're parting ways after hanging out. It's easy to remember, but it may get a tad repetitive. That is why there are 15 other options for saying goodbye in this lesson. As an informal word, you shouldn't really say ciao with people that you don't know well. When you are leaving a group of people, mix things up and say
Ciao a tutti.
meaning bye everyone, or
Ciao ragazzi.
meaning bye guys or bye gals. The next way to say goodbye in Italian is
Salve.
salve. This means bye, and it can be both an informal or a formal Italian greeting. Now, salve as a goodbye functions the same as salve as a greeting. To learn more about Italian greetings, watch this video here. Now, it is totally fine to use salve with friends, but it is also okay to use in a formal setting. That is why it's one of the best options to go for if you are not quite sure how formal the situation is, or if you don't know someone well. If you want to say bye-bye in Italian, say
Ciao ciao.
Now, if you thought that saying ciao as both a hello and a goodbye was repetitive, well, get ready for even more ciaos. Italians often say ciao multiple times when saying goodbye, often 3 or 4 times, sometimes even more, especially when speaking on the phone and saying goodbye. Another way to say goodbye in Italian is
Buona giornata.
As you may have noticed, Italians do have a tendency to use the same words to say hello and goodbye, which only makes things easier for us to remember, right? Buongiorno when you're greeting someone and buona giornata when you're leaving can be used to wish someone a good day as you part ways. You can say buona giornata anytime up until 3 or 4 o'clock in the afternoon. So what do you say after 4 p.m? Well, that's what we're going to look at next. To say have a good evening in Italian is
Buona serata.
Buona serata. Have a good evening. This is again a formal and an informal Italian greeting used after 4 p.m. Buonasera is used just like buongiorno when you arrive or when you're saying hello. And when you leave, it changes to buona giornata and then buona serata after 4 p.m. Now, buona serata is slightly more formal, but you may also hear it used among friends. Another way Italians say goodbye is with
Buon proseguimento.
buon proseguimento. Now this basically translates to good continuation. In other words, enjoy the rest of your day or evening. That's right, you can use it in both the morning, afternoon, and in the evening. In English, we say things like Godspeed. Well, this is the Italian equivalent. This is an informal and a formal Italian greeting used at any time of day. Now, as a common alternative to buona giornata and buona serata is buon proseguimento, which wishes the other party an enjoyable rest of their day, evening, or journey home. Another way Italians say goodbye is at night time, when they might say good night, which is
Buonanotte.
Now, this is an informal and a formal Italian greeting when you're leaving to go home or to go to bed. Now, if you're going to bed, buonanotte is the equivalent of the English good night and is used when it's assumed that everybody or someone is going to bed. If you're out with your friends and you leave earlier than the others, for you it is better to say buona serata or buon proseguimento, as you're the one who's wishing them an enjoyable rest of their evening. To you, they will say buonanotte. And of course, one of the most common ways Italians say goodbye is with
Arrivederci.
Arrivederci. Now this means goodbye and it's an informal Italian greeting. Now along with ciao, arrivederci, this is one of the most popular ways to say goodbye in Italian and quite well known outside of Italy too. It literally means until we see each other again, and this comes from the Italian verb rivedere, meaning to see again. To learn more about Italian verbs, watch this video here. Another way Italians say goodbye is with
Arrivederla.
This also means goodbye, but this is a formal Italian greeting. Arrivederla is a more formal way to say arrivederci. But wait, isn't arrivederci already formal? Well, it is definitely more formal than saying ciao, but there may be a situation where you need to increase the degree of formality even more to demonstrate your respect and politeness. For this instance, you use arrivederla when you are speaking to one person, and that ci in arrivederci is the plural version. So if you speak to an elderly person, it's a good idea to use arrivederla. It won't sound pompous or pretentious. It will only highlight your respect. Of course, situations may differ. You may be super informal with your grandmother or on friendly terms with your big boss at work. However, when dealing with a foreign culture, it is best to err on the side of caution and be a little bit more formal at first until you get to know the people and their culture better. Another way to say goodbye in Italian is with
A dopo.
This means see you later or literally until later, and it's an informal Italian greeting. A dopo is an Italian equivalent of the English see you later, but it is only used when you're actually going to see the person again later that day. Imagine seeing a foreign guest off at the airport and they say, see you soon. It is not that big of a mistake, but it feels weird as you are unlikely to see them again soon or maybe at all. Another way Italians say goodbye is with
A presto.
This means see you soon or literally until soon, and this is another informal Italian greeting. Italians take their goodbyes seriously, or to be more exact, literally. Similar to the previous example with a dopo, do not say a presto if you are not going to see the person soon. If you are leaving for work for the day and saying goodbye to your colleagues, who you will see again the next day, that's great. On the other hand, if you've been travelling around Italy and you are going back to your home country, this is not the best choice to say goodbye. Instead, say arrivederci. That would be more appropriate. Another way Italians say goodbye is with
A domani.
A domani, literally see you tomorrow or literally until tomorrow. This is another informal Italian greeting. Can you see the pattern yet? A followed by a time frame will specify when you plan on seeing the person again. In this case, domani, tomorrow. It goes without saying that you would only say a domani when you're actually going to see the person the next day, like a friend or a tour guide or a barista at the cafe where you get your morning coffee. Another way to say goodbye in Italian is with
A tra poco. A fra poco.
This means see you in a bit, or literally until a little. This is an informal Italian greeting. A tra poco and a fra poco can be used interchangeably with a dopo. Perhaps you are running a little late for a meeting with a friend and you are calling to say that you're almost there and that you'll see them in a few minutes. You can finish the phone call with a tra poco. Another popular way to say goodbye in Italian is with the phrase
Ci vediamo.
see you, literally until we see each other. This is another informal Italian greeting. Just like a presto, ci vediamo can be used when you are going to or hoping to see the person again soon. For example, if you're having breakfast with a friend who you will see that evening at a party, you could say
Ci vediamo stasera. Buona giornata.
I'll see you tonight. Have a good day. Another common way Italians say goodbye is with the phrase
Ti saluto. Vi saluto.
see you, bye. Literally, I salute you. This is an informal Italian greeting. This tongue-in-cheek salutation is a fun alternative to bidding your friends goodbye. Say ti saluto when you're talking to just one person and use vi saluto when addressing more than one person. Use this fun Italian salutation as you leave by saying something like
Ora torno a casa, ragazzi. Vi saluto.
I'm going home now, guys. Bye. Just the word saluto is commonly used at the end of a written correspondence between friends or family. For example, you might say,
Grazie Mario, un saluto a te e famiglia.
Thanks Marco, greetings to you and the family. The next way to say goodbye in Italian is with
Stammi bene, statemi bene.
This means take care or stay well. Stammi bene is singular and it is the Italian equivalent of saying take care of yourself. It is used a lot when seeing off friends and close family members in person, but it can also be used in writing. Statemi bene is the plural form that you can use to say goodbye to more than one person, so a group of people. Now let's take a look at some tips for saying goodbye in Italian. Now similar to the Italian greetings, which you can watch in my video, which I've linked below, Italians often use a combination of several different expressions when saying goodbye. For example, you might hear,
Ciao ciao, ci vediamo. Ciao, a dopo. Buona giornata, arrivederla.
Now Italians are an animated bunch and love using their hands or gestures to express themselves. Body language plays a big part when Italians greet each other and say goodbye. To learn more about Italian gestures, watch this video here. Kissing on the cheek is big in Italy, and this is reserved for close friends and family, and even between men, although maybe a tad less common. Now to avoid an accidental kiss on the mouth, the rule of thumb is to kiss on the left cheek first and then on the right. If you're on less familiar terms, the first time you meet someone, a traditional handshake is common. Once you get to know the person, you'll no doubt move into the cheek kissing territory, so pucker up. Now that you know all the ways to say goodbye in Italian, don't let your learning stop here. Make sure you download your free cheat sheet, which I've linked to in the description below this video. To make sure you never miss a future lesson, hit the subscribe button and turn on those notifications. If you enjoyed this lesson, then you'll love Intrepid Italian, my series of online self-paced video courses that break down everything you need to know about Italian using my unique 80-20 method. Just visit intrepiditalian.com for more details. And make sure you watch this video here to brush up on the most essential Italian travel phrases. And watch this video here to learn how to say you're welcome in Italian like a native. Until next time, thanks for watching. Un abbraccio. Ciao!